All right, welcome back to the channel. Huge shocker. I can't believe it. Terence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao is rumored to be taking place on June 5th. If Manny Pacquiao beats Terence Crawford, there might be an argument that he passes Manny Pacquiao, passes Floyd Mayweather Jr. in career accomplishments. But at the very least, man, Terence Crawford has a huge opportunity, and Manny Pacquiao just is a courageous fighter, no doubt about it. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. So, gotta come off top. It looks like I was wrong, and I can't tell you a time when I've been more happy to be wrong. I had no confidence whatsoever in Manny Pacquiao fighting Terence Crawford, none. The fight, they had been talking about it happening for a while. When Manny Pacquiao was with Top Rank, Top Rank wouldn't pay the money for the fight. It just didn't think it was going to happen. At this late stage in Manny Pacquiao's career, I didn't think that he would try to fight a guy that is considered to be the #1 pound-for-pound guy in the world by a lot of different people. Many people have Errol Spence as #1 pound-for-pound. A lot of people have Canelo Alvarez in that position. But still, without a doubt, nobody can doubt the skill of Terence Crawford. So for Manny Pacquiao to take that fight, I'm absolutely shocked. And that dude deserves a lot of credit. And he's willing to take risks because, you know, the risk reward thing for him is, #1, I'm sure he's going to get a ton of money. My understanding is he was looking for $40 million for the fight. So if they found $40 million for this fight, clearly it's going to have to be on pay-per-view. I can't believe that's coming out of the ESPN budget. But regardless, if Manny Pacquiao wins this fight, he would have to be considered at the age of, I don't know, is he 42, something like that? The #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and he actually is in position to do that. It's amazing. That, along with other accomplishments that he's had, like being a champion in 4 different decades. The 90s, he was a champion towards the end of it. From 2000 to 2010, that's another decade. From 2010 to 2020, that's another decade. And he began this decade, 2021, as 2020 as the champion for the WBA. So that's 4 different decades that he was a champion in. You add to that, I say 7 world championships in 7 divisions. That's absolutely huge. And also, you know, what a way to take a risk at this point in his career. He has got to be a prohibitive underdog in this fight. But watch the betting lines on it. A whole bunch of people are going to put money on Manny Pacquiao. And quite honestly, if Manny Pacquiao is able to go the distance with Terence Crawford, you never know what is going to happen, man, in those fights. And quite honestly, even though I'm putting my money, if I was betting, and I'm not betting, but if I was betting, I would be putting my money on Terence Crawford because, you know, it's just, it's just hard for me to conceive for Manny Pacquiao to be able to beat him at this level of his career. Now, for Terence Crawford, also the best possible move that he could have made. And this is a situation where Top Rank is coming through for him, from what I understand, and it works, you know, in a couple ways for him. First, by beating Manny Pacquiao, and with the pay-per-view that they will have, that without a doubt will square that the pay-per-view percentage with Errol Spence to 50-50, right? Because I would suspect that a pay-per-view fight between Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford, man, could push 900,000. It could push 1 million pay-per-view. I think that there's a legitimate chance for Manny Pacquiao to get 1 million pay-per-view, especially Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford to get that, especially if it's a co-promotion between the PBC and Top Rank and ESPN and the football stadiums and the NFL, because I do believe, we're in the March time frame. No, so I'm not quite sure. I don't think they'll be able to do it that way. Yeah, I'm not a big football guy. However, Fox, I'm quite sure, will find a way to promote that through their through the different events that they're going to have, and to have it promoted both by ESPN and Fox. And by the way, Fox is a open air channel. You can get it with an antenna. I don't know who in the world is watching TV with an antenna, but that's a distinction that is consistently drawn in the comment section of the channel. So I thought I would mention that. On the downside of it, though, and I don't see, if Terence Crawford loses the fight, what does that mean? For, like I said, what it means for Terence Crawford, what it means for Manny Pacquiao is the guy is going to be immortalized, just flat out. Terence Crawford, if he wins the fight, like I said, that is going to be, in my opinion, it puts him in a financial position to demand more money in the Errol Spence Jr. fight, or puts him in a better position in negotiations, right? Because Terence Crawford would have been in a bigger fight than Errol Spence would have been in, right? So you get my drift there. But as far as what goes on in the ring, a win over Manny Pacquiao at this stage in his career, I don't believe is going to do a lot for what people say about Terence Crawford and his skill set, because it's going to be labeled what he did to a 42-year-old fighter, right? I do believe that it's been well over a year since he fought Keith Thurman, and that I thought was a nip and tuck fight. If he has a nip and tuck fight with Manny Pacquiao, then even in a win, then I think as far as what people say about him is going to be like, nah, you're supposed to dominate a man that's that old. So Terence Crawford, more than likely, I mean, to look the best, really needs a devastating knockout or just a completely one-sided affair with Manny Pacquiao. I do believe that he should be able to do that, but he does rely on, a lot of athleticism and timing, and Manny Pacquiao is straight up and down an awkward fighter and a difficult fighter to time. He's very, very experienced. It's just going to be a very, very it's going to be an interesting fight that Terence Crawford should win. But if he loses to Manny Pacquiao, then you know what it's going to be. Everybody's going to say that Terence Crawford was always a hype job. And, that's what's going to be it. He had never beaten anybody before that. So there's just a lot of stuff riding on this fight. And it's probably I'm super excited about it. I'm more excited about a Terence Crawford fight with Manny Pacquiao than I am with an Errol Spence Jr.'s next fight. And you can't tell me that ain't the pendulum swinging in a certain way. And if the winner of this fight, without a doubt, the winner of this fight has to fight the winner of Errol Spence Jr. Ugas. Otherwise, dog, I don't care who it is. I'm blasting on both of them dudes because this is almost like a heaven-sent conclusion to undisputed in the heavyweight in the welterweight division. Because if Manny Pacquiao wins and he gets the WBO title, Errol Spence wins and he has 3, then boom, that's an Errol Spence Jr. Terence Manny Pacquiao fight. And that would be an electric fight. So, like I said, I'm really excited about it. You let me know what you think in the comment section. Hopefully this is true. And again, never been happier to be wrong and underestimate Manny Pacquiao's, desire to be considered a real champion and to fight top-level competition. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.